Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great Saturday, a great day, and a great start to your weekend. Okay, so hopefully you're not too tired and you've had your 3 cups of coffee already today. Well, at least one good cup of coffee. So, what am I going to talk to about today? Hmm. I do have a few ideas, and there's a few subjects I want to touch here. Mainly because this week I did a few shows about the cabinet shuffle in Canada, where our ministers have pretty much played musical chairs, and some are out and some new faces are in. And why is this? Is because things are not going good in Canada currently. The inflation, the lack of jobs, the lack of housing, affordable housing, made it so that there are a lot of homeless people. And to get the government to help these individuals out, I mean, these are not people that are necessarily wanting to live on the streets, they just have nowhere else to go. And normally, there's supposed to be some government agencies that are supposed to help these people out, except that they are nowhere to be found. So these individuals went to a city hall and are basically living on the lawn of the city hall, hoping to find some help, hoping to bring some attention from the government to help me and you and everybody else, citizens, traverse this hurdle that we need to go through and hopefully make Canada a better place in the future. And, some of the reasons for the inflation is the out of control spending from our government. And in an attempt to resolve this, the government raised the interest rates. So now, if there is a house, it's very expensive to, get a mortgage and all this stuff. So, I would like to play a little video here and hopefully point out some of the issues. So let's watch this a little bit, and I would like to know your thoughts on this issue. So here we go. Let's play this a little bit.
Anger was boiling over at Regina City Hall as police moved in, telling residents they need to be gone by the weekend.
So the police officers who are here
The
to
move caps off
protect
a
people's
few frantic
rights.
days in Regina politics. Mayor Sandra Masters called a special council meeting about the camp with less than 24 hours' notice. But the meeting was canceled before it began. Many councillors are on vacation and couldn't make it. At least 3 councillors found out about all of these developments through the media. Andrew Stevens was one of them.
Bringing us to here, I think is bullshit.
A morning tent fire is what caused the fire department to order the people here to leave under the Fire Safety Act.
Effective immediately, they need to start collecting their belongings and vacating the property. And if they don't, we have plans to clean up the property.
City Hall will be closed to the public while the
So they have plans to clean up the property. The enforcement officers and everything are, their main goal here is to clean up the property and not to help homeless people out, to try to find a place where they can live. Okay. So the police gave out warnings that they must move without giving them any indication of where they can actually move to or where to go. And Okay, so basically, it's not our problem. We are not here to protect or help the citizens. We are here to protect the property. Okay. Yeah, so City Hall called a meeting, but everybody's on vacation, so the mayor is basically just gonna do what she wants to do, and it kind of leaves a sour, taste in my mouth where we don't really care about these people. She doesn't even say like it's regrettable that we've come to this kind of situation. There's no easy way out, no easy solution. She's just like, well, no, it's in the hands of the fire department, and the fire department's like, no, we are going to take action to clear the property.
Camp is decommissioned.
As far as my perspective is concerned, Chief Jackson and the entire Fire and Protective Services, who have been on site every day since the camp started, and responding to issues, they have my full support.
As Masters spoke to the media,
not our job.
Whoops. Let me go back to where sorry, I kind of skipped it here. Where is she? Here she is.
Every day since the camp started, and responding to issues, they have my full support.
So the fire department has her full support. She doesn't show any compassion whatsoever for the issues, for these individuals, for these Canadian citizens. And yet we are giving free houses, free homes to Ukraine refugees. So I am just wondering here if our country's leaders have the right priorities. That's just my 2 cents here. I might be wrong. Maybe some of you can explain me the real issues here, or whatever it is that I am not understanding.
as Masters spoke to the media inside Thursday afternoon, police served notices outside. It's left a sour taste in the mouths of volunteers and residents.
We were told we have to leave immediately and when we asked where we're going to send people or who is going to come and help connect these folks to housing and to different services, they had no idea. They said that's not our job. That's social services supposed to do it. The government is supposed to do it, which is understandable. But this was clearly so poorly thought out.
Some residents say they have no plans to leave, and volunteers say they'll stand with them, which means, despite the notices, this dispute here at City Hall isn't over. Alexander Kwan, CBC News, Regina.
So, okay, well, that's not our problem. Police officers who are here to protect and assist and help citizens, it's not their problem. Their problem is to protect the property of the government. So basically, police work for the government. They do not work for the citizens. So we pay taxes just to make the rich feel safe. Essentially, that's what this is. And poor people is not our problem. It's not the leaders. It's not the government's problem. It's social services problem, but nobody has even probably called them in. So there are volunteers, neighbors that are trying to help these people out because they have nowhere to go. So let's do a follow-up on this video here.
They've been given nothing, and the little to no services that are provided to people here is a disgrace. It's disgusting.
Matembu's words echoed the emotion and frustration at City Hall today. Less than 2 hours later, the housing advocate was the first person to be arrested by police. The
housing advocate. Okay, so he's not a homeless person. He's the person that has an organization that is trying to help out homeless people find homes. And he is voicing his concerns and trying to sensibilize the officers here to the main issue, and they arrest him. Because, like I said, This is not a good situation.
Evacuation order came Thursday after a fire destroyed a tent. The dismantling of the camp is being done in accordance with the
Okay, so not only are we dismantling the tents, we are wrecking the little of belongings. I mean, okay, I give money to an organization, a charity that is there to try to help out these individuals by providing tents to them. And essentially, what the police officer here is doing is destroying it. Not dismantling it, not helping them out, just wrecking their home. So now, I mean, we talk about the environment and how people are, we have to protect the environment, but we also need shelter. There's no homes, and we are destroying the tents. We are going way beyond a third world country here.
Fire Safety Act, according to Regina's fire chief. Police stood watch on the roof of City Hall.
And then we're going to use taxpayer-funded money, not only to say we won't help you, but when you try to help yourselves, we're going to knock you down again. That's preposterous. That is the opposite of reconciliation. That borders on the authoritarian.
2 more fires started in 2 other tents as anger and stress rose in the crowd. Social Services is offering hotel rooms until Monday morning, but supporters say that isn't enough.
I was there when Camp Hope was dismantled, and there were buses that came in a very clear plan. And from all of the chaos and disorder that we're seeing right now, right behind me, it's clear that this isn't a plan. Look right here.
After the weekend, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm on the blacklist for renting. Even though I'm a good renter, I always have my rent paid. It's just the company I kept that got me on the shit list, right? And I've grown up since then. It's been 5 years. I'm a mother, for crying out loud.
The government says it's working to help the people being impacted. It says additional shelter spaces have been secured in anticipation that those at the encampment will accept the supports offered. As noted in the report to Regina City Council released on Wednesday, shelter support has been previously offered to 49 individuals. 47 of 49 have refused or declined support. Advocates are calling on the province to declare a state of emergency in an effort to end homelessness. They say there is more than enough money to find a solution. Laura Sharpaletti, CBC News, Regina.
Well, see, we have more than enough money to find a solution, except that for some reason we are giving housing to Ukrainians, and we are, funding in a big way the Ukrainian war. Not that it's not a noble cause. I do think that Russia and Ukraine need to sit down and talk their issues out. But this, we kind of need, before helping everybody on your neighbor's street, you kind of have to take care of your family. Provide food for your kids and spouses and all that stuff, and take care of your elders and take care of your grandkids, and if you can, then you can help out your neighbor, but you have to have priorities. And here we are, basically helping out everybody else except ourselves. Not that I want to promote a me way of thinking here, but we've done so much. Like I said, we are spending so much money trying to save the planet, which I've already talked about this in previous shows, where there is no way the planet will do whatever the planet does. I mean, the real solution is for, I don't want to say this, but if an asteroid hits the Earth, it will solve our global warming issues. But remember that there used to be an ice age, and somehow that melted out. So it's just the natural course of this planet to get warmer. Every year the sun gets bigger, gets closer to the Earth. Gravity Well, we have here a situation where Jupiter also pulls us away from the sun, but the sun also pulls us towards its mass. So it's like one step forwards, two step backwards. It's a funny situation, but a situation nonetheless. So let me just try to do something here because I am not finished yet with this. Okay. Hey, Before the Hobbit, how are you today? So this is not a good situation here. And like I was previously mentioning here, we are trying to save the planet. So I will go on to Canada is a big country, but one of its provinces is an island. And okay, fishery is a part of its economic spheres of economy on that province. It's a very small province. And the other half of its economy is tourism. We spent, I don't know how much money building the longest bridge. I think for a moment there, it was even the longest bridge in the world. Or close to it. It's a pretty long bridge connecting the island to the mainland. And that was to increase tourism, to have people drive their cars and go onto the island and spend, a week or two during their summer vacations on the island. It's a beautiful place to visit. I myself was there many times as a kid, did not really like it because, I'm not into golf and all these things, but it was still a peaceful, relaxing vacation during the summers. And people were very pleasant and very homey and very sincere and really good people there. And I'm talking like over 40 years ago now. So, obviously, trying to save the planet, the government decided to get more money by taxing fuel. And there's also like a double tax because it's not taxed only once and brings the price up, but then it's also taxed a second time on the over the first tax. So it's a double tax, double tap. And let's see now here, after the shuffle, what our leaders are saying about this situation. Very important to listen to what this one has to say.
Question for the Deputy Minister. What do you say to Prince Edward Islanders who woke up to a significant increase in gas, diesel, and oil this morning between 6 and 8 cents per liter?
Okay, well, I have been talking about that with Heath and Sean. Heath and Sean and I had breakfast together before that.
One of the key industries here on Prince Edward Island in particular is our tourist industry, and particular to that.
Okay, so when asked a question, she says, well, she had breakfast with her friends and they're talking about that. Does not specify anything more, just that she had breakfast with her friends. Okay.
Our car tourist industry, people traveling from our region to this island to be tourists, with policies like the carbon tax and the clean fuel standards, which are by design meant to reduce consumption of fuel and reduce. Are you worried that it's going to have a chilling effect on one of the key industries here on Prince Edward Island?
So yeah, I'm very aware of that, and actually with a couple of my colleagues, we drove here last night from Halifax. We very much believe in PEI. We believe in the tourism industry, and we believe in the PEI economy overall. Today's announcement was about all of that. You guys are nice.
I did want to...
Okay, so she drove. There's a carbon tax, but yet she still drove. Wow. Okay. But she believes in the economy. She believes in PEI. And yes, that we want to get the message out there that we are taxing you and creating more homeless people. That was covered, 5 minutes ago in other videos. But she believes. She believes. It's incredible I don't want to say the stupidity of this individual, but this is... Anyways, let's continue because it gets crazier if you can imagine that.
Say one more thing, though. I don't need you to retread the ground you've gone over because you've answered this question from the other side. But you are facing a lot of pushback in this region, in particular from local politicians, local provincial governments that say this, they're not opposed to it, but it's coming too soon, too fast. They need more time to adapt. What do you say to that?
You know what? I say I do really understand. I really understand the challenges. A fact that still shocks my dad is I don't actually own a car.
She does not own a car. Okay, there is an island, and the only way to get to the island and away from the island is either by boat, which takes up fuel. I don't know of any solar-powered boats that can travel people back and forth as of my knowledge. I don't know what the cost of building such a ship would cost. And what happens when you're in the middle of the ocean and there's no more sun? Will the boat just sink and go afloat, or, you know, whatever? But okay, let's see what her solution here is.
Because I live in downtown Toronto. I'm like, I don't know, 300 meters from the nearest subway. I walk, I take the subway, I make my kids walk and ride their bikes and take the subway. It's actually healthier for our family. I can live that way. I can live that way.
She can live that way. She lives 300 meters from the subway. So basically what she's telling the people of Prince Edward Island is to move to Toronto because there's a subway system there. So essentially, now that, you know, that's bridge that is used for cars and trucks to travel, and nobody can afford a truck or gasoline to put in those trucks anymore, they need to create a subway. So the island needs to have a new subway. I don't know how much that would cost. And also to connect that subway to the mainland so that people can come and go from the island. So yeah, I don't know how much a subway. I know that this bridge cost a lot of money back in the day, but now we need to build a subway. And that bridge is pretty narrow. There's only one lane in each directions, and there is no bicycle path because it is over the ocean, so the winds are really, really bad. So this would be really fun to see people crossing, you know, on their bicycles over the ocean. So let's see here. Okay, let's see what one of our, before The Hobbit, can I be honest, I love your channel. She has the internet, the media, Hollywood, schools, and institutions backing her up. Common sense is gone. It's hard to turn this culture. Yeah. I know it. I mean, I don't know if you know the island of Prince Edward Island. I mean, it's just an absurd concept. She doesn't own a car. She lives right next to a subway. She always takes the subway, apparently. I mean, I'm pretty sure ever since she's got elected to the government, she has a private car and chauffeur to, you know, and her kids ride the bicycle. Yeah, that's all good. But this island is an island. How do you get to and from? And what they do is just raise the prices of everything. So how can people be so clueless? Like, she lives on an island, a mental island, where everybody else is wrong and she's right. You know, I think there's like maybe 3 cities in all of Canada that has a subway: Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. I am not aware of any other subways here in Canada. It's a very big country We have 10 provinces and only 3 cities with subways here. So everybody needs to move to those 3 cities because they have subways and we won't need cars anymore. Do you know how big Canada is to get around on a bicycle? It just makes no sense. Anyways, I've been talking about these issues on and off all week. And then last night I was just watching the news here and seeing what was happening with the homeless people. Basically, the government created the perfect situation to create homelessness. We are giving money, hand over fist, to everybody else. We are not helping our own citizens that have, made this country great. We are just, taking a dump on them, and it's their fault. And I am in a very, I don't know. We kind of do need elections. The sooner the better. Unfortunately, it's pretty much up to the Prime Minister. And it might take another 3 years. It's already been, I think, 8 years he's been in power. Things are getting worse. And we tried to send a message. He is not a majority government. He's a minority government. But then he turns around with one of another minority parties that was elected, and their alliance makes them that they are majority. It is wrong because they got less votes than the opposition, the official opposition. So I don't know what the solution is to this mockery. They are just laughing at us here. But hopefully some people will watch this. And even though Canada likes to promote that it is one of the best countries in the world, we have the same issues as everywhere else, as every other country, and we are not even getting to each and every one problem, but there's a lot of them currently. And even if the government changed tomorrow, the harm that's been done will take decades to rectify. This is not there is no easy solution to this. And even if we take the ultimate best solution, it's not going to apply itself instantly. It's going to be decades to recover from this kind of governance over the past 8 years. So, okay, I am speechless. I don't have any solutions. I would like to know what everybody thinks. Maybe there's issues in your country that would like to be addressed as well. And I don't know. I'm going to go and watch a couple of shows to distract me from all of this crap. And I will do reviews on these shows. One of these shows is called Special Ops Lioness. So yes, it is a woman power front and center in the military. And yeah, that's going to be my review coming out a little bit later today. And from there, I'll see, what else I can watch. A couple of people want me to watch some Indian movies. So I might do that as well, but that might be later tonight. I don't know exactly. I'm looking for time. I have friends that want to talk to me, and I don't have enough hours. I don't have enough sleep to just not sleep during a week and do everything that I want to do. But I will try my best to get around to do all of these. I wish you all, I would like to thank you for, coming in here and talking to me and watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Be safe out there. First and foremost. I want you to come back and watch my next videos. See you. Thank you everybody for watching. Whether it is on Twitch, YouTube, come and talk to me in Discord. The links are in my profile. It's easy to find. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you again so much.